Are you ready?
Yeah. Hey guys, all right, tonight's SnC workout is split into 3 parts. So starting with lower body, then working our way up to upper body, and then finishing up with core. Each part about 12 to 13 minutes to finish. The only thing that you're gonna need is a chair or a bench or something that you can do tricep dips on. Other than that, if you've got weights, I'll explain as we go along down the exercises where you could potentially use some weight to make this workout a little bit more challenging. If not, body weight, trust me, it'll give you a good sweat anyway. So the first part, we've got split squat pulse into jumping squats, and then glute bridge raise with a pulse. So 3 exercises. Quite a few reps to go through though. 20 split squats, pulses on each side into 15 jump squats, and then 12 glute bridge raises with a pulse. You're aiming for a minimum of 3 working sets, maybe even 4, depending on how long you're going to take in between your sets to rest. I would recommend no longer than a minute rest in between, so that you keep those muscles under tension. Then for the second part, we've got tricep dips, 15 reps, Spider-Man push-ups, 10 reps on each side into a maximum bottom of a push-up hold. Then you rest about a minute, and then you go back at the start. Again, minimum requirement of 3 to working sets to 4. If you want to push yourself a bit more, even go for 5 working sets in total. And then the last one, core, again, 3 sets, alternating V-ups, 20 of them, hip dips, 30, and then 30 bicycle crunches. As many rounds as you can get within the 12-minute bracket. You will definitely get more than 3, probably even 5 working sets if you don't rest for too long. All right, I'm going to guide you through a quick warm-up first, general warm-up to get everything loosened up first, and then we'll go over the exercises. So we're going to come into a deep lunge forward, torso rotation, push the hips forward, feel that in the hip flexor. Stand up, opposite side, push the hips forward, twist, get the torso opened up. 5 on each side. One more. Other side. Good. All right, now we're going to go into toe reaches. Give me 20 of these. Then arm circles. 20 forward. 20 backwards. And last one, into a push-up position, you'll do 20 shoulder taps. All right, you'll repeat that one more time. So starting with the lunges with a rotation, 5 on each side, into 20 toe reaches, 20 shoulder circles forward, 20 shoulder circles backwards, 20 shoulder taps to get the core activated. That is your warm-up. All right, now, like I said, we're starting with lower body. So we're starting with lower body, split squats, pulse into jump squats, and then glute bridge raise with the pulse. So with the split squat pulse, there's 20 reps in total per leg. That means 40 altogether. 15 jump squats just to get that extra burn in the quads, and then 12 glute bridge raises with the pulse. If you have weights for the split squats, use them. If you have them, you can use them for the jump squats as well. And definitely if you have a glute band or some sort of weight, use it for the glute bridge raise as well, because that will obviously make the movements a bit more challenging and it'll give you a better workout. Now for the split squat pulses, so I'll set my timer on 12 minutes because we're going to need it for the second part as well. So you're going to come down into a split squat position. And then from here, we're going to pulse in a low lunge position for 20 times. If you have your dumbbells, you're going to hold them on the side, pushing through the heels on the front foot. You'll notice my back foot is on the toes. So the support only comes from the toes on the back foot. It's mainly the main working leg is the one in front. So you'll do 20 pulses on the right, shake it off, and then you're gonna work on the other side. So split position in with my left leg in front, 20 pulses. I've lost count because I'm talking, so just make sure that you count. So like I said, if you've got weights, use them on the side. If you've got light dumbbells, if you've only got a single weight, kettlebell, whatever that may be, hold it at the chest in a goblet position. That will make it way harder. So 20 on each side, split squat, 20 on the other side, and then you're done with the first exercise. Second exercise, jump squats. The number one mistake that I see with the jump squats very often is when people go down to here and then they jump. The whole point with the jump squat is to come to a full depth in the position of the squat, which is all the way down and then explosive on the way up, and then you bring your hips back down to below parallel. So you'll do 15 reps of those, all the way down, big, tall jump on the way up, get the feet off the ground. If for whatever reason you can't jump, if you have an injury, bad knees, you'll just do normal squats. If you have weight, use it. If not, you're going to do tempo squats, which means keeping the muscles under tension, 3 seconds down, 1 second pause, 1 second up. 1, 2, 3, on the way down, pause, and then stand up. Okay, so that is your second exercise. Third exercise, glute bridge raise with a pulse. So you're going to come down on the floor, back on the floor, lying down, and then from here, arms beside you, get the glutes up, hips up as high as you can towards the ceiling, and then you'll do one pulse, bring them back down. Back up again, pulse at the top, squeeze the glutes, bring them back down. 12 times. Pulse, squeeze, bring the hips down. Squeeze, bring the hips down. If you have a band, like I mentioned at the start, bring it just above the knee, and then as you pulse at the top, try to pull that band apart to activate the glutes even more. If you have some sort of weight, if you have a kettlebell, dumbbell, put it at your hip crease, that will again increase the resistance. So to repeat again, you're starting with 20 split squats on each side, pulsing. Opposite side, 20 pulses. Stay nice and low. Into 15 jump squats, all the way down, feet off the ground, into 12 glute bridge raises with a pulse. Up, pulse, squeeze, bring back down. Okay, so that's your first part. You're going to need your timer. Set it on. You will need, for me, that was about 3 minutes for one set. That means you'll get good 4 working sets. Resting for 30 seconds to a minute, not longer, in between your working sets. So that's your first part. Second part, we're on to upper body. Tricep dips, Spider-Man push-ups, bottom of a push-up hold, maximum hold. So now you're going to need your chair. A couple of tips to remember when we're doing tricep dips. The positioning of the hands is just outside of your hips. That is shoulder width. You don't want to be going too far out because the shoulders are put under too much strain, and you don't want to be turning your palms out. Again, you're putting your shoulders in a weird position. So keeping the palms facing forward, just outside of your hips. And the closer we get the hips to the bench or the chair behind you, the better, because there's not much straining of the shoulder socket outside of that range of motion. The further away we have the feet from the chair, again, the harder the movement is going to be and the more challenging. If you bend your knees here, it'll be a little bit easier. So if I turn from this angle so you can see my chair. So we're here, hands just outside of my hips, elbows bent. We bring the hips down and then we fully extend up. So you don't want to be just dipping with the butt up and down like so, because I do have people that tend to do that. Bend the elbows, hips sink down, and then we press all the way up. Down, all the way up. So we do 15 reps of those. Walk your feet out a little bit further away from the chair so that you can feel the exercise a bit more. So you'll do 15 of these. Shake off your arms. You're done with your first exercise. Exercise number 2 is Spider-Man push-ups. A bit more challenging version of the normal push-up that will also engage the core a bit more, which will prime you for the last part. So how we do the Spider-Man push-up, you come into a normal push-up position. And then from here, just to move my chair, then from here, one hand will move forward. You're going to come down into a push-up position and you bring your knee close to your elbow. So a little bit faster version, hand forward, come down into a push-up, bring the knee forward. If that's too hard, stay in a normal push-up position, just bring the knee forward as you come down into the push-up position. Staying only with the support of one foot on the ground will put your shoulder stability into a bit more strain, and that will challenge your shoulders and challenge you in general with your core as well, to be able to perform the movement. So again, we go down into a normal push-up. We bring the knee towards our elbows. Opposite side, bring the knee forward. So you'll do, where am I? 10 on each side of these. So 1 rep is one side. Come back up. That's 2. If you can't go all the way to the ground with the push-up, that's fine again. If you struggle to complete your reps, or if you're not strong to do your push-ups on your toes, if you've only got push-ups on your knees, then you're just going to do normal push-ups, supporting with your knees on the floor. Chest down, bend at the elbows, and then fully extend up all the way down, making sure that those elbows stay in. We're not flaring them out here. The same like the tricep dips, anything that allows for the elbows to travel on the outside will put your shoulders through a lot of strain, which we want to avoid. That's how we cop shoulder injuries. So after you finish your 10 Spider-Man push-ups, you're on to maximum hold at the bottom position of a push-up. So that will challenge your triceps to see how long you can last when you're at a exerted state already. After the tricep dips and the push-ups, the Spider-Man push-ups, when you come to that position, your triceps will already be pre-fatigued. So this is a good test to see how strong you are in that position. So you're going to come into a push-up position, and then from here you're going to lower yourself down at parallel position to the floor, bend elbows, and then you're going to try to hold here for as long as you can. Again, just like with the previous exercises, Spider-Man push-ups, if you're not proficient at push-ups on your toes, if you can only do push-ups on your knees, you're going to come down on your knees. Again, the same thing. Lower yourself down, elbows bent, and you're going to try and hold this position for as long as you can. Pushing the palms through the floor to engage your tricep and avoid for the chest to fall on the floor. So that's your 3 exercises that you're going to do as many rounds as you can within the 12 minutes. So like I said, you're aiming for minimum of 3 working sets. Okay. So to repeat again, to go from the start, you're starting with tricep dips, 15 reps, all the way down, all the way up. 15 of those into 10 Spider-Man push-ups, down in a push-up, knee towards your elbows, push up 10 on each side. If not, normal push-ups, either on your toes or on your knees, and then maximum hold of the bottom position of the push-up. That's your 3 exercises for the second part. Okay, you finish that, shake off your arms, give yourself a bit of breathing time, have some water, and then we're on to the last part, core, the most fun part of all. 3 exercises again. First exercise, V-ups. Second exercise, hip dips. Third exercise, bicycle crunches. The reps are on the high side, 20 alternating V-ups, 30 hip dips, and then 30 bicycle crunches. That means that your core is going to be under, what's it called? I lost my track of thoughts. Anyways, a lot of reps, so that means not a lot of rest in between. Core is going to be under tension. That's the word that I was looking for. Under tension for the whole round of exercises. You don't want to be resting in between the exercises, so you move from one to the next one to the last one until you complete all 3, and then you give yourself about 30 seconds to a minute rest in between the rounds. All right, so first one, V-ups. Alternating, that means one leg at a time raises up. Arms behind you, and then from here, one leg up, passes in between your arms, other leg up. 1 rep is 1 leg, okay? If we struggle to get the leg straight up, your other option would be bend it at the knee, bring it towards your chest, other leg, bend and raise at the chest. Shoulders, shoulder blades must come off the floor. So if you want to do this, and you're lying on the floor, that exercise is not going to work anything for your core, okay? So shoulder blades must come off the floor, chest goes up, leg goes up towards you. You want to be exhaling as you lift your leg up to get the abdominals to contract. Next one, so you do 20 of those. Second last one is hip dips. For this one, you're going to come down into a plank position on your forearms. This is a movement and an exercise that will work on the upper abdominals as well as the obliques. So we'll perform in a plank position. Then from here, I'm going to bring my hips to one side, then to the other side. So if I move from this direction, so hips travel to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. Notice I'm not tipping from side to side. So I'm not doing this. Chest and torso stays still. It's only the hips that are moving from side to side. So you'll do 30 of those, 1 rep, one side, 2, 3, 4, and so on until you get to 30 reps. And then your last exercise is bicycle crunches. We've done this movement in class multiple times. How you get in position, hands behind your head, and then from here, legs alternating, bringing the knees up towards your elbows. Again, shoulder blades are off the ground, chin is tucked in. You're not doing this, lying down and trying to get the knees up, okay? That's not gonna work anything again. Your shoulder blades must be off the floor. So you'll do 30 reps of those, and then you're done with 1 round. So to go through the movements again, starting with the V-ups, 20. So 20 alternating, 2, 3, all the way up to 20. Then you change position, come into a plank position on your forearms, hip dips. From side to side, 30. And then last one, come back again on your back, bicycle crunches. 30 of them. Remember, we're not resting in between the exercises. When you get to the core part, you only rest when you finish the whole 3 exercises or the full round. Rest for 30 seconds to a minute, and then you go back up again. Aim to get minimum of 4 working sets with the core part because you get to move quickly. 12 minutes is a long time to get all of your core stuff done. So you will get quite a bit of reps and rounds in. So to go from the start, very start again, split squats, pulse 20 on each side, jump squats 15, and then 12 glute bridge raises with a pulse. That's your 3 exercises for the lower body. 12 minutes, aim to get at least 3 working sets in. Second part, upper body, 15 tricep dips, 10 Spider-Man push-ups on each side, or if you're doing normal push-ups, I forgot to mention, you're doing 12. Bottom of a push-up hold, grab your timer and see how long you can last after your triceps have been bashed in the first 2 movements. Rest for 1 minute, go back up again. And then the last, third part, the core V-ups alternating, 10 on each side, 30 hip dips, 30 bicycle punches. Okay. That is your workout for tonight, guys. Have fun with it. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have weights, like I said at the start, please use them to make it a bit more challenging. Have fun with it, and I'll see you in the next class or the next video. See you guys.